Seconds before his departure for America, Jungkook pulled off a stunt that left HYBE staff panicking and fans in tears, but none of it for himself. Who exactly was this crazy stunt done for? And why did Taehyung look so devastated afterwards? Is this just a coincidence, or a secret sacrifice that has been hidden from the army? Do you believe in silent sacrifice that is never on camera? Is everything that appears in front of the lens a true picture of the BTS members' relationship? If you think you've seen it all, then wait until you hear what Jungkook did a few hours before his flight to America. A shocking decision that not only shocked the fans, but also shook Taehyung emotionally. The question is now, what exactly has happened, and why did Jungkook choose to do something so risky, just for the sake of one person? It was a cold night, not like usual. Incheon Airport was filled with spotlights and fans hoping to capture the moment of Jungkook's departure to America for a long-awaited major international project. But before arriving at the airport, Jungkook disappeared for nearly 3 hours. And not without reason. No manager knows for sure where he is going. Even Taehyung, who is usually the calmest when faced with a change of plans, looks panicked when Jungkook's phone doesn't ring. It all started with a late-night conversation. Jungkook and Taehyung are in HYBE's rehearsal room, alone, without cameras, without staff. But their voices were vaguely recorded on internal CCTV cameras that were never released to the public. Jungkook sits on the floor playing his guitar, while Taehyung looks agitated. This sentence becomes the center of every puzzle. If I leave now, who will be here for you later? The sentence rolled out of Jungkook's mouth softly, and Taehyung just bowed his head, turning his face away, trying to hide the tears. Something is hidden. There is something bigger than just a departure abroad. ARMY starts speculating. Did Jungkook cancel something for Taehyung? Or is it about something much more personal? A few hours later, the car that was supposed to take Jungkook to the airport instead turned in an unexpected direction. He asked the driver to stop at an old flower shop in Gangnam. There, he bought a sprig of white flowers that are usually only given in moments of mourning or hope. The flower, then, he slipped into his black jacket, with a look so empty but burning determination, but the real reason has not yet been revealed. It was later revealed that Taehyung had canceled his attendance at a private photo session for his solo music project. There are no confirmed reasons. But what's surprising is that, sometime after the cancellation, Jungkook actually visited Taehyung's private training ground and filmed something there, secretly, without a crew, without a script. The video was never uploaded. But in an 8-second snippet leaked to the fandom, Jungkook stands in the middle of an empty room with a microphone dangling, saying, "If I fail there, at least you know the reason." Words that make netizens transfixed. Is this about a promise that was never made? Or some kind of hidden goodbye that only one person can understand? Taehyung's eyes at the airport look puffy, even though he is wearing sunglasses. He didn't say anything to the staff, just hugged Jungkook longer than usual, even refused to let go when Jungkook had to go through the boarding door. Someone from the security team once said that this was the most emotional breakup they had ever witnessed between two idols. But separation from what? In a fan call a few days later, Taehyung answered only one question with a very ambiguous sentence. Sometimes those who leave are not those who want to leave, but those who have to protect something bigger. The sentence that immediately left fans guessing who's he referring to and what is actually protected by Jungkook's departure. Now, more and more rumors are growing. Some say that Jungkook actually turned down a contract with a major American brand because he heard something surprising from Taehyung. This was further strengthened when a foreign staffer leaked that HYBE was quite upset to find Jungkook changing his main training schedule with an inexplicable personal visit. The most painful part of all this was when fans saw a small note that Jungkook dropped upon entering the plane. The note read, "I know you'll never ask me to leave, but if this can keep you smiling, I'll be back sooner than you think." Was it written for the army? For Taehyung? Or for someone whose name is never mentioned in public conversation? The army is now divided. Some cried because they thought this was proof of the silent sacrifice between the members. Some were angry because they felt HYBE was not transparent with Jungkook's decision. And there are also those who began to compile pieces of the story that were previously considered mere fan theories. It's not just about going to America. It's about something deeper, a silent confession, a sense of unspoken loss, and an insane act that no one will ever understand, except those who truly know what they've sacrificed. When asked by a reporter at the Los Angeles airport how he was feeling that day, Jungkook simply replied with a slight smile and a hoarse voice, "I just hope he's okay." Who is he? Why does the sentence sound as if it is full of restrained wounds? And the most painful, did Jungkook really go to protect something or someone we may never know the whole truth? But one thing is certain, Jungkook's crazy stunts that night were not uncommon. It is a form of love in silence, sacrifice in the shadows, and the courage to walk away to keep someone standing. Because in a world where cameras record every smile, it turns out that the most honest tears are those that are never seen. And now the question for all of us, as the ARMY. Are we ready to accept that not all moments in the life of our idol we will know? And if true love is secretly protecting from afar, then did Jungkook just show it in a form we never expected? But before we move on to the deeper parts and delve into what happened between Jungkook and Taehyung, let's get back to the crucial point. When the breakup happened, a fan who was accidentally at the airport that night admitted to seeing something very strange. Jungkook looked repeatedly at the black van parked in the corner of the VIP terminal. The fan claimed to have heard someone's voice in the car, and that gave goosebumps. It was a voice very similar to Taehyung's. But strangely, Taehyung didn't come down. Even after Jungkook entered the gate and disappeared from view, the van remained silent. No movement. No one came out. Then, suddenly, the van pulled back slowly and drove away. Why didn't Taehyung come out and give me one last hug? Why is there no farewell moment that has always been their tradition, a moment that is always warm and full of tears? Why is it so cold and stuffy now? Is there a specific order prohibiting them from appearing too emotional in public? A former video editor from the HYBE documentation team, who now lives in Canada, shared something of a stir via his personal blog, which was only online for a few hours before shutting down. In the piece, she described one editing session in which she was directly asked to remove an overly personal scene between Taehyung and Jungkook for violating the boundaries of the official narrative. He mentioned that the moment happened in a closed room after a night training session. They looked at each other for almost 2 minutes without saying anything. The camera caught him, but we were asked to throw it away because he said, "This will make fans speculate too much." And here lies the biggest irony of all this. HYBE, who has been building an image of transparency and closeness between BTS members, is actually strongly suspected of being the party that limits the closeness to appear publicly. But why? What are they worried about? Is Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship too deep to be understood in the context of the entertainment industry? One piece of vlog that was leaked in a closed community also showed something unusual. Taehyung is sitting alone in the recording studio, playing a familiar melody. It was a song very close to Jungkook, a song they created together during their trainee days. But at the end of the video, Taehyung stops playing the piano and just says softly, "If I speak, is everything gonna change?" The sentence, although simple, contains an unusually large amount of emotion. It's like holding something back. It's like a wound that cannot be revealed. And the most heartbreaking part? The video was never officially released. Now, all eyes are on one thing. Why did HYBE have to hide these recordings? If there really is no problem, why should there be footage removal, voice censorship, and narrative manipulation? Some old soldiers said that this was not the first time HYBE had arranged a distance between members. Already since the era of Bon Voyage Season 3, they began to notice that the emotional moments between Taehyung and Jungkook were being shown less and less. Even in one of the scenes, it is clear that their interaction is cut abruptly, and the transition is very awkward. When asked in a community Q&A, the production team only replied that the editing team has its own policy to balance the narrative. But does balancing the narrative mean hiding the truth? Or is it creating a false reality? These questions are all the more difficult to answer when recently a mysterious photo from a personal Polaroid camera appeared. In the photo, Jungkook and Taehyung are seen sitting opposite each other in the same recording studio, without smiling. Not as usual. Behind the photo, a sentence is written in gold ink. "We don't have to talk today." but promise me, don't lose it. No word on who wrote it, but the writing style is very diss. And do you notice one more annoying thing? All the behind the scenes videos that are usually ARMY favorites full of honest interactions, spontaneous hugs, sincere loud laughs between Jungkook and Taehyung start to feel lost. Yes, not just reduced, but such as completely removed from circulation. Even in fanbase compilations that used to capture Taehyung moments, the number of interactions in recent months has dropped dramatically to almost 0. One of the biggest fan sites known for its closeness to the HYBE staff even posted this mysterious sentence after the comeback. We were given access, but for now, we are asked to remain silent. The sentence sparked a storm of speculation. ARMY immediately linked it to the issue of missing traces of Taehyung and Jungkook's interactions. But why is HYBE so worried about this? What are they trying to prevent from getting to the public? We know that HYBE perfectly understands the power of fandom. They know very well how sensitive the relationship between members is for the ARMY. But if there is nothing to hide, why should they be afraid? Why should there be extra security on the footage? Why would you want to erase something that is supposed to be a good memory? One of the documents that came back was a production memo dated 3 weeks before Jungkook flew to meet his family. In the memo, very specific instructions are written about the camera settings in order to not focus too much on the dynamics of the interaction between V and JK. What does this sentence mean? Are there any events behind the scenes that make HYBE feel the need to keep a distance between the two? Some insiders said that there was one recording session that had to be repeated up to 3 times, simply because the expression of one of the members looked too emotional and did not fit the narrative. Does that mean Taehyung? Or is it Jungkook? And how can a natural expression be considered a narrative threat? Equally shocking was a snippet of a voice message allegedly from one of the audio editors, which accidentally mentioned that there was a cry recorded the night before Jungkook's departure. The voice was removed before the public heard it, but rumors about him have already spread. Is that the sound of Taehyung crying? Or is it Jungkook who can't say goodbye? What makes it all the more painful is that the public is divided. Some refuse to believe that something is wrong. Others are convinced that Taehyung and Jungkook have wounds too deep to tell. But the fact remains one. They are not what they used to be. ARMY, who has followed BTS since debut, knows how close the two used to be. From the jokes on the trainee bench, the silent hugs during late-night practice, to the songs they choose for each other. Taehyung once said, "If I had to name who made me strong when I wanted to give up, the answer would be Jungkook." But now that kind of statement feels far away, almost like from another time. And do you remember when Jungkook sang Still With You live last time? In the original version, there are very subtle lyrics reads, "You who were always by my side, like a shadow, are now gone when I need them most." The lyrics sound like a message, but a message for whom? Or is it just poetry? When Jungkook decides not to speak during his overseas trip, he leaves only one message on Weverse. "I'm sorry, I'm not as usual." One sentence. But it felt like an inner scream that couldn't be spoken for much longer. Taehyung didn't say much. He only uploaded a photo of the night sky and one short quote, "Even stars sometimes fall silently." What does that mean? What does he want to convey through these symbols? And why does it all feel like code thrown at each other, yet never explained? Fans speculated that this breakup was not a purely physical breakup, but emotional parting. A distance that cannot be bridged by just saying "I'm fine." And more tragically, perhaps it's a form of something that's been held back for a long time, a sense of never being given room to be honest, of being surrounded by the spotlight, the cameras, and the corporate narrative. Does HYBE feel that their closeness is a risk to the image? Do they think that too deep emotions among the members could threaten the stability of the fandom they've worked so hard to build? Or is it just another form of control? One former staffer, who now lives outside Korea, mentioned this. They're not just idols. They're also human. But too often, the human in them is asked to be silent. That sentence sounds painful, but also honest. Now, the big unanswered question is, did Jungkook and Taehyung ever really talk honestly to each other before separating? Or do they say things that are not true? When the cameras are off, when the concert is over, when the fans have gone home, who stays behind the stage? And who bears a feeling that has never been given space to convey? If all these clues are true, if there really is evidence that HYBE deliberately kept about their last moments, then we are not just talking about business strategy.